Good evening. It's great to be here with all of you this evening. Thank you for being here for this exciting and special occasion. We're here in the Newman Alumni Center. What a beautiful new facility here at the University of Miami that we're so proud of. We're here tonight to celebrate an exciting time and to take the next step in positioning our five-time national championship football program back at the top of the college football world. Before we formally welcome tonight our new head football coach, I want to recognize a few individuals that are with us this evening. First and foremost, I see in the back of the room we have a group of special young men, members of the University of Miami football team. I appreciate them being here, but more importantly, I appreciate how they have handled this time of transition. I appreciate how they represent us in competition, how they represent us in the community, how they represent us in the classroom. I'm inspired by them each and every day and feel honored and privileged to be associated and a part of this program with these great young men. Appreciate the ones that are here this evening. I want to say thank you to the group of assistant coaches who are still here leading our program on a day-to-day basis. A group of men who are here for the student athletes. And I want to say a special thank you to Coach Jeff Stoutland for accepting the interim head coaching role during this time of transition and as we enter our bowl game against Notre Dame. I appreciate the way they've handled this tradition and continuing to be here for the young men on this football team. On November the 20th, we had a very special announcement, a monumental announcement that introduced a very special project for us, the Schwartz Center for Student Athlete Excellence, a project that will enhance our student athlete experience and will be under construction approximately a year from now. And I want to recognize and say a very special thank you to the individual who has stepped forward to make that happen. Mr. Ted Schwartz flew in from Chicago to be here. Ted, thank you. And I want to say a very special thank you to two men that were by my side throughout this process, who provided me guidance, counsel, leadership, and was there ultimately to support the decision that we made to move this football program forward. First is Mr. Paul Damari, the chair of our Athletic Advisory Committee for our Board of Trustees. Paul, thank you for being there. Paul and I have talked more the last 2 weeks than Diane, my wife, and I have talked. So, Paul. And secondly, I want to say a very special thank you to another Board of Trustee member, someone who needs no introduction, knows the game of football as well as anybody in our country, and that is Bernie Kosar. Bernie, thank you. I also want to thank our fans and members of the media for their patience and understanding while we work through this process. Over the past 2 weeks, I recognize that there's been questions that could not be answered until this evening. Our process was thorough and necessary as we were diligent and determined to find the right leader for our very proud football program. And once we began to sit down with candidates in New York face to face, our new head coach came to the forefront very quickly. Coach Golden was the only individual that this job was offered to, and he is the right fit at the right time to lead us back to the pinnacle of the college football world. We're excited to have Kelly, Al's wife, with us and welcome her officially to the University of Miami family. Kelly, welcome to the University of Miami. Coach Golden has a game plan to achieve excellence in every category. He is committed to leading and developing young men in life, in athletics, and in football. 5 years ago, he took on one of the greatest challenges in all of college football and has now accepted one of the greatest opportunities in all of college sports to lead our five-time national championship program back to the top. It is my distinct honor to welcome and introduce to you our new head football coach at the U, Coach Al Golden.
Well, it's a thrill to be here. Thank you to Kirby, President Shalala, the search committee, Paul, Bernie. Appreciate this tremendous opportunity to come here. I want to take a moment to thank my wife, Kelly, who is my strength off the field and obviously has been there for me every step of the way. And I told her 5 years ago when we took one of the greatest challenges in college football that there would be a day like this. And this is a tremendous opportunity. Thank you, Kelly. I do want to take a moment to thank my parents and my family. My parents celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary yesterday, so it was a very special weekend for our family. I'm honored to be here, and I'm humbled to be here. This is a tremendous program, tremendous tradition, and a tremendous time to be at the University of Miami. It's one of the most picturesque campuses, one of the greatest institutions in the country. I think last it's been ranked 47th ranked university in the country, #1 in the state of Florida. It's got a strong alumni, a committed alumni of 131,000 who just gave more than $1.4 billion just a couple of years ago. So that right there tells me it's got the infrastructure, it's got the power, it's got the energy to get the University of Miami back to national promise. The football program, it's time we put it all together. We've had great success in the community, great success academically the last couple of years. There's a tremendous tradition here, a tradition of winning championships. There is no other standard. And as I look around the room and I see the Don Baileys and Bernie Kosar and Mike Stewart and Randall Hill, Lamar Thomas and Gerard Daphnis, that is the only standard by which we'll be measured. That is their legacy. That is their legacy, and that is ours to uphold. To our football alumni, to our 47 players in the NFL, to our 275 former players in the NFL, drafted by the NFL, and all the other alumni, I have two things. First is a promise, and the second is a request. A promise that our young men on this team today, right now, will not have a sense of entitlement about the legacy, but will uphold what you've created here, the standard that you set. And we will do whatever we have to do to make sure they understand that when they turn on the TV and they see Ray Lewis or any of the great players, that they understand the work it took in the classroom, in the film room, on the field of play, on the practice field, and they uphold that legacy. The request that I have, please come back. Please come back. Please be a part of the program. Please be on the sidelines. Please come to the practices. Please get in front of the young men so they understand the standard that you set, the legacy that you created, the hard work that it took to bring this program to national prominence and to be the greatest brand in college football. To the high school coaches of Florida and South Florida, again, I'm humbled to be your peer. I'm humbled to be your colleague. We will represent the University of Miami in each one of your high schools. We will make sure that you are treated right. Our doors will always be open. We'll want a clinic with you. We'll be a great resource for you. We will evaluate your student athletes, and we will make sure that your high school is being represented by the University of Miami, okay, and that we have a special group of student athletes from the great state of Florida and obviously from South Florida. To the current members of the team, I had the great opportunity to meet with all of them, and it was a tremendous opportunity. We visited for about an hour, and I won't share with you the things that were said in the meeting because I think it's important that we move forward, and I think it's important that it's private. But I do want you to know that every coach, every support person, anybody who touches a student athlete here will be committed to making you the best student athlete you can be, making you the best citizen you can be in the community and on the campus, and obviously making you the best football player you can be. And we'll go to any degree to make sure that we support that. As I told the players, and I'll say it here because you'll hear me saying it from now and until in the future, my job as the head coach of the University of Miami is to love and respect you, make you the best student athlete you can be, and win championships. That's my job. That's my job. To the Miami students, to the alumni, to the community, to the faculty and all the employees of the university, and to our fans, I'll promise you that the Hurricanes will be champions in the classroom, they'll be champions in the community, and they'll be champions on the field of competition. I promise you that when you'll look out on the field, and I don't care whether you stop by for a practice or it's an informal pass skeleton tournament in the summer, or if it's any of our games, you'll see a team that's smart, that's tough, that's disciplined, that plays with passion, plays with energy, has an attitude, is aggressive, and represents the university with class, first class. That's what I'm looking for. That's the type of team that we're going to have. That's what the University of Miami was built on. That's what the University of Miami deserves. Energy, toughness, passion, and to play the way Hurricanes play. And again, that's my commitment to this university. That's my commitment to the fans. That's my commitment to all these great players that are out here that created this legacy. And that's what we're going to do here. And we're going to find the staff that wants to do it that way. We're going to put that together. We're going to sit down with each and every player, make sure they understand the standard of excellence, and then demand compliance. We will return to winning championships here at the University of Miami. Again, I can't thank you enough for this opportunity. It's been an incredible journey for me the last 5 years. I've learned that anything is possible if you have the right plan, if you have the right execution, if you have the right culture, but most importantly, if you have the right people. And I can tell you, just in 48 hours, I know I'm around the right people. So I want to thank you again for this tremendous opportunity to come to the University of Miami, and we're going to do everything we can to be the ACC champions and to be national champions. And I thank you for that, and I'll take any questions at this time.